the entire narrative around Shadir Sanders' NFL debut is shifting. And for the first time since that game ended, the truth is finally cutting through the static. What started as a wave of lazy hot takes, memes, and armchair analysts blasting Sanders' performance has now been flipped on its head by the people who actually matter, the teammates who lined up with him, the analysts who understand quarterback play, and the fans who saw the moment for what it truly was. Cedric Tillman, the Browns' starting wide receiver, has now stepped forward with comments that carry enormous weight. Because he wasn't tweeting from home or firing off reactions behind a keyboard. He was on the field with Sanders. He ran the routes. He felt the timing. He saw, firsthand, the situation Sanders was thrown into, and his reaction is reshaping the entire conversation. Tillman revealed something that stunned even the most loyal Browns fans. The very first time he and Sanders ever played together, the first time they ever threw and caught passes, was during the actual NFL game, against a fully healthy and elite Baltimore Ravens defense. No practice reps, no walk, no chemistry sessions, no preparation. Sanders entered the game without ever working with the starting offense, and Tillman didn't use that as an excuse. But as context, he talked about how Sanders is a competitor, how he watches him prepare every day with professionalism and focus, how he could see Sanders fighting even in the chaos. And unlike the critics ripping him apart for one performance, Tillman said he enjoyed being on the field with Sanders and is looking forward to more opportunities. That's not empty positivity. That's a starting wide receiver saying he wants real reps with his young quarterback because he believes they can build something together. And when asked directly if first-team reps would help Sanders, Tillman didn't dance around it. He essentially confirmed what Browns fans have been saying for weeks. Of course, getting reps with the starters matters. Of course, Sanders would benefit from actually practicing with the offense he's expected to run. The Browns didn't prepare their backup quarterback, and now players are saying it out loud. Then came Skip Biff's breakdown. Not the hot takes, not the memes, not the surface-level stats that trolls love, but actual film study. Skip acknowledged the numbers looked rough, because they do. 4 completions on 16 attempts, a passer rating barely above 0. On paper, it seems like a disaster, but Skip peeled back the layers and revealed why that interpretation is shallow and dishonest. Sanders entered the game at halftime against a Ravens defense fighting for playoff position, suddenly healthy, aggressive, and schematically designed to confuse inexperienced quarterbacks. They threw blitz packages at him he had never seen in practice. They disguised coverages meant to trap him into bad decisions, and he had 0 first-team preparation. None. The entire week leading up to the game was built around Dillon Gabriel's strengths, tendencies, protections, and play design. Sanders was running an offense built for someone else without ever practicing with the starters, and he was doing it behind an offensive line missing its blindside protector after Cam Robinson went down right before halftime. Sanders was trying to survive in the pocket while taking blindside pressure snap after snap. This is the nightmare scenario for any rookie quarterback, let alone one making his first appearance without a single rep with the ones. Skip dug into the tape and showed that Sanders actually completed his first 2 passes with poise before the Ravens cranked up the pressure. And then came the final drive, the moment Skip called the most important part of the entire game. Down 23-6, Sanders got the ball back and delivered a 25-yard strike to rookie Harold Fannin Jr. A throw Skip said had more force, timing, and precision than anything he's seen from Gabriel all year. That's significant because Skip has watched every snap. Then Sanders hit Jerry Jeudy on 3rd and 10, despite the two of them never practicing together once all season. There is grit in that, timing in chaos, competitive instinct under pressure. After that, he displayed mobility that has been underrated for months, extending plays even with defenders crashing from every angle. Then came the 2 end-zone attempts that clueless critics mocked without context. The first was a receiver or nobody throw under severe pressure, the kind of calculated risk every quarterback must take in a late-game situation. The second, the throw to undrafted rookie Gage LaFavian, was perfectly placed. It hit him in both hands in the end zone. If he holds on, the game is tied, and the entire narrative becomes one of heroic comeback, not rookie struggle. Instead, the conversation was shaped by people who don't understand what actually happened, and the chaos didn't stop there. On 4th down, the Ravens clearly jumped off sides, exploding off the line before the snap and collapsing the pocket instantly. No flag, no reset, no chance. Sanders was forced into a desperation throw that was doomed from the moment the ball was snapped. Even in that situation, with no preparation, no protection, no chemistry, he still nearly engineered a comeback that would have changed everything. That kind of resilience in the face of near-impossible circumstances is exactly why Skip walked away encouraged. Not concerned, not frustrated. Encouraged. Meanwhile, Browns fans told the real story the moment Sanders jogged onto the field. The stadium erupted. The energy spiked instantly. The atmosphere transformed. These aren't fans who are done with him. These are fans who have been begging to see him take the field. Fans who see the spark, the talent, the potential. They boo Gabriel not because they hate him, but because they know the offense has stalled under him. And when Sanders entered, the building came alive because the fan base believes he's the future. They didn't erupt for a fluke. They erupted because they've been waiting. That is real support. That is real belief. But the growing divide between Kevin Stefanski and the fan base is no longer subtle. Stefanski remains committed to Gabriel, even though every sign points in a different direction. The fans want Sanders. Teammates are defending Sanders. Analysts are praising Sanders. And the only people resisting him are the ones running the offense. This is where Jimmy Haslam enters the picture. Because this isn't just a quarterback conversation anymore, this is an organizational crisis. Does Haslam side with Stefanski and cling to a path that isn't working? Or does he listen to fans, players, film analysis, common sense, and the undeniable evidence that Sanders deserves a full week of first-team reps and a real chance? This moment transcends one game. It's about how the Browns operate as an organization. It's about whether young quarterbacks are developed properly. It's about whether coaching staffs adapt, learn, and put players in position to succeed. It's about accountability. Failing to give your backup quarterback meaningful reps all season is negligence. Asking him to run someone else's offensive plan on zero preparation is negligence. Pairing him with receivers he's never practiced with in the biggest moments is negligence. And refusing to acknowledge any of that publicly while hiding behind a struggling starter, that's leadership failure. The truth is now undeniable. Sanders showed more raw talent, resilience, and potential in a nightmare debut than Gabriel has shown in months. The players see it, the fans feel it, the film proves it, and the only question left is whether the coaching staff is willing to accept it. If this opened your eyes to the truth behind Shadir Sanders' debut, hit that like button right now. And tell me in the comments, should Sanders start against the Raiders? Is Stefanski making a massive mistake by refusing to commit to him? What do you expect to see if Sanders finally gets real first-team